Good roll pitch.
Roger, roll pitch.
First time in 53 years on April Fool's Day. Unbelievable.
Integrity through max Q on, pump stay on.
Stand, we have you loud and clear on pump stay on.
Have you the same?
Damn. Why is it going sideways? Big rock in the sky.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper stage RCS ready.
Copy all, Stan.
Integrity, SM priming complete.
SM priming complete. Houston Integrity, good last Genesis, great two.
Copy Jettison, Team Eco 8+02.
We see the same on board, Stan.
And Houston has you loud and clear on Tigris at the common line.
Oh look, there's the water.
Outstanding.
Artemis 2 has taken off. It's a successful launch. Captain Wilmore, I still have you with me. What is it like to feel that and to get that liftoff?
Yeah, what you saw there just 30 seconds ago, there's a shield that covers the entire spacecraft during the initial launch phase. And when that jettisons, the launch abort system jettisons, and that cover comes off, then they can see out the windows.
Bro, you can't tell me there's not water.
The view is beautiful, and it certainly is from that vantage point.
And this begins a long mission for them.
It does. So it's not over once the engine's cut off. And when you get main engine cut off, MECO, there's a lot still to do. Their trajectory at that point is still to come back to Earth. The perigee, the closest point of your orbit to the Earth, is actually below the surface of the Earth. So they have burns to do to raise that perigee. When they get back around on the other side of the planet at that perigee, they'll do a burn with the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, the ICPS, and they'll burn to where they'll actually lift their apogee, the farthest point away from the orbit, up to about 44,000 plus miles. And that'll be further than any human's gone at that point in the last 54 years. So a lot still to go in this day.
Yeah, this is the NASA feed, but I loved that shot from the craft
You mean
itself
the NASA
looking back
AI?
at the Earth as it continues to rise. There it is. And that's quite a view. You're saying they're seeing that from their side window.
They can see it out the side window, looking at the clouds from above. There's no beautiful view on a launch than that. Unique perspective that few humans have ever gotten to see for sure. And it's just going to get better and better. And that view that you just saw of the Earth, just think about it, Brett. That Earth's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller in the coming days.
Had a decent crowd out there at the Kennedy Space Center, and obviously Mission Control, Mr. Johnson, is probably pretty excited to see how this went off.
Yeah, and they're busy planning the next phases of the mission, right? As Reed said, they're going to be doing those burns. They'll get into Earth orbit. The plan is, if everything goes according to plan, they're going to, in a few hours, do what's called proximity operations with the ICPS, the Interim Cryogenic Propulsion Stage. They won't dock with it, but they're going to make sure all the systems work for that next flight.
Oh, there's
the
the AI.
Earth orbit docking. And after they do that, they'll put themselves in position to do the translunar injection, the burn that'll take them on their way to the moon.
Yeah, and all of that takes a lot of planning. I mean, this has been a lot of planning in the making.
Well, I mean, not to overuse the phrase, it is rocket science, and the good thing about that is there are a lot of talented people who have given their careers to seeing this happen, and many of them are down there at the Kennedy Space Center. I know the folks at Mission Control in Houston who have control of the flight right now. The same is there. It's been a huge effort, and it's really a team. I can't think of another example in our culture that exemplifies teamwork as much as a space mission.
Let me go back
looks
to Jonathan
exactly
Siri on the
like
ground.
water.
People cheering there, and obviously you've been down there for a few days. This is a big moment.
This is a big moment indeed. You could just feel the rumble of the rocket as it was lifting off. You know, some of the Falcon 9
No, it
rockets,
looks like
the
an
orbital
angel.
missions to the International Space Station. It's a smaller rocket, and, you know, it's amazing. You hear it ripping through the atmosphere.
Interesting.
This was a much larger vehicle. It was more like shuttle launches where you could just feel it in your chest. An incredible experience. And understand here, this is the press site. Most people here are media mixed in with a few politicians who came down.
Is it supposed to look like that?
The launch at the Kennedy Space Center official visitors complex. You have crowds there. The general public can go there, view the launch. Fantastic place to view it from. We were there yesterday. It was packed. There was a lot of